It's 3 a.m. The world is silent. No notifications, no conversations, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. And somehow, those thoughts feel louder than ever. At 3 a.m., your brain starts remembering things you forgot years ago. Embarrassing moments, painful memories, mistakes you wish never happened. You suddenly begin questioning your future, your relationships, even your entire life. But have you ever wondered why this always happens at night? Why does your mind feel completely different at 3 a.m.? The answer is actually psychological, because during the night, your brain changes. The logical part of your brain becomes less active. This is the part responsible for rational thinking, decision-making, and emotional control. At the same time, the emotional part of your brain becomes stronger, which means your feelings start overpowering logic. And that's why tiny problems suddenly feel massive at night. A simple text message feels personal. A small failure feels like your life is collapsing. And uncertainty about the future suddenly becomes terrifying. During the day, your brain is constantly distracted. Social media, work, friends, noise, conversations. Your mind never truly gets a moment to slow down. But at 3 a.m., everything becomes silent. And silence can be dangerous for an overthinking mind. Because when the outside world becomes quiet, your inner world becomes louder. That's why people suddenly start having deep thoughts at night. Am I wasting my life? Am I really happy? What if I never become successful? Why do I feel empty sometimes? And the scary part is, those thoughts feel completely real. At 3 a.m., your brain becomes emotionally vulnerable. Studies have shown that sleep deprivation increases negative thinking and anxiety. A tired brain struggles to control emotions properly, which means fear, stress, and sadness become amplified. That's why problems always feel worse late at night. And it's also why people often regret decisions they make, while emotionally overwhelmed during those hours. But something else happens at night too. Something strange. Some people become more creative, writers, artists, thinkers, musicians, deep conversations, powerful ideas. For some reason, the night unlocks a different side of the human mind, and there's a reason for that too. When distractions disappear, your brain starts connecting thoughts more deeply. Your imagination becomes stronger, your emotions become clearer, and your mind begins exploring thoughts that stay hidden during the day. That's why some of the greatest ideas are born late at night. But unfortunately, the same brain that creates creativity can also create loneliness, because humans were never meant to sit alone with their thoughts for too long. That's why 3 a.m. feels so emotionally intense. You are tired, emotionally exposed, and completely alone with your mind. And in those moments, your brain starts searching for meaning. Sometimes it creates fear, sometimes it creates truth, and sometimes it creates both at the same time. But here's the important thing you need to remember. Not every thought you have at 3 a.m. is true. Your brain is exhausted, your emotions are amplified, and your perspective becomes darker than usual. The problems that feel permanent at night often feel manageable in the morning. That's why psychologists often say, never trust your emotions completely when you're sleep deprived, because the night has a strange way of making temporary feelings seem permanent. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., overthinking your life, remember this: you are not broken. You are simply experiencing your brain in one of its most vulnerable states. And maybe That's why the world feels so different when everyone else is asleep.